couldn't tell what else to do. So we go into Elgin, in the hospital, come in the door,
Please some,
and
try all.
Both joy and terror of good and bad that makes an untold error.
Now take it upon me in the name of time to use my wings. Impute it not a crime to me or our swift passage that I slide over 16 years.
And leave the growth untried of that wide gap, since it is in his power to o'erthrow law, and it was himself for an hour to plant that o'erwound
Your patience disallowing, I turn my glass and give my scene such growing as you had but slept between. Leontes leaving, the effects of his fond jealousy so grieving that he shuts up himself.
Imagine me, gentle spectators, that I may be in fair Bohemia.
And remember well I mentioned the son of a king, which Florizel I now name to you.
And with me so haste to speak of, Perdita, now grown in grace.
A shepherd's daughter,
And what to her adheres
which follows after
is the argument. Is the argument of time!
I pray thee, good Camillo, be no more important. 'Tis a sickness denying thee anything, a death to grant this.
It is 15 years since I saw my country. I desire to lay my bones there. Besides, the penitent king my master has sent for me, to whose feeling sorrows I might be some allay, which is another spur to my departure.
Well, as thou lovest me, Camillo, wipe not out the rest of thy services by leaving me now. The need I have of thee is for mine own good. Of that fatal country, Sicilia, prithee speak no more, whose very naming punishes me with remembrance of that penitent, as thou callest him, and reconciled king, my brother, whose loss of most precious queen and children are even now to be afresh lamented. Say to me, when sawest thou the Prince Florizel, my son?
My lord, it is 3 days since I saw the prince. He is of late much retired from court, and is less frequent to his princely exercises than formerly he hath been.
I have considered so much, Camillo, and with some care, so far as I have eyes under my service, from whom I have this intelligence, that he is seldom from the house of a most homely shepherd. A man, they say, that from very nothing, and beyond the imagination of his neighbors, is grown into an unspeakable estate.
I have heard, sir, of such a man, who hath a daughter of most rare note. The report of her is extended more than can be thought to begin from such a cause.
This is likewise part of my intelligence, but I fear the angle that plucks our son thither. Thou shalt accompany us to the place where we will, not appearing what we are, have some word with the shepherd, from whose simplicity I think it not uneasy to learn the cause of my son's resort thither. Prithee, be my present partner in this business.
I willingly obey your command.
Oh, my best Camillo, we must disguise ourselves.
When daffodils begin to peer with pay the doxy or the jail, why then comes in the sweet appeal for the breathless rains in winter's gale. The white sheep bleaching on the head with pay the sweet birds how they sing. Doth set my talking to the edge, for a quart of ale is disworking.
I have served Prince Florizel, and in my time over 3 piles, but now I am out of service. My father named me Autolycus, who, being as I am littered under Mercury, was likewise a snapper up of unconsidered trifles.
counters. So what am I to get for this sheep shearing feast? I need 3 pounds sugar, 5 pound currants, rice. What will this sister of mine do with rice? Well, my father did break her the mistress of the feast, and she lays it off. In the name of me!
Oh, help me! Help me! Pluck with these rags off me and then death! Death!
Alack, poor soul, thou hast need of more rags to lay on thee than to have these
Oh,
off.
sir, the lonesomeness of them offends me more than the stripes I have received, which are mighty ones and millions.
Alas, poor man, a million of beatings come to many great matters.
I am robbed, sir, and beaten. My money and apparel taken from me in these distasteful things of
A horseman or a footman?
footman. A footman, sir.
Well, lend me thy hand. Let me help you one. Come on. Lend me thy hand.
Sir, softly, Ah! I fear my shoulder blade is out.
Oh, how now, can't stand?
Softly, dear sir, good sir, softly. Oh. You have done me a charitable service.
Well, hast thou need of money? I have no money.
No! I beseech you, sir, I have a kinsman not past 3/4 mile hence, unto whom I was going. There I shall have money or anything I want. Offer me no money, sir. That kills my heart.
What manner of man was he that robbed you?
I have known him since. A servant to the prince. I cannot tell you, sir, for which of his virtues it was, but surely he was ripped out of court.
You would say his vices. There are no virtues ripped out of the court.
Vices, I would say, sir. I know him well. He hath since been an organ grinder, an arguer, a bailiff, a dancer, a priest. And then playing the prodigal, came back home, married the tinker's wife, who lives not half mile from where my land and living lies. Some call him Autolycus.
Out upon him. He haunts wakes, fairs, and bear baitings. No more cowardly rogue in all Bohemia. If you'd but look big and spat at him, he'd run.
Oh, I must confess to you, sir, I am no fighter. And he knew that, I warrant him. How do we now? Well, better than I was. I can stand, and I can walk.
Shall I bring thee on thy way?
Oh, no. Sir, good day, sir, sweet sir, no.
Well, fare thee well, then. I must go buy spices for our sheep shearing.
Prosper you well, sir.
Fare thee well, sir.
Your purse is not hot enough to purchase your spice. I shall be with you at your sheep shearing, too.
gracious mark of the land, you look scared. You look transparent. For me, poor lowly maid, but thou dost not great love. I should blush to see you so attired. Spoon nothing to show myself glad.
I bless the time to find a coffee left across that office route.
Now Jove affords your cause. To me the difference gorgeous dreaded. Your greatness has not been used to be. Even now I tremble to think your father, by some accident, should cast this way as you did.
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities' club, taken the shapes of beasts above. Jupiter became a wolf, bellowed, the green Neptune ran, pleaded, and the fire-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor humble slave as I see them. Their transformation could never hurt his future.
But, sir, your resolution cannot hold when 'tis a cock, as it must be by the power of the king. One of these two must be necessity, which then will speak with too much changes to purpose, or I lose my life.
Thou dearest Virginia, with these forced thoughts, I prithee darken not the burden. Your guests are coming. Let nothing happen as with the celebration of that nuptial week whose morn shall come.
O Lady Fortune, stand you auspicious.
See, the guests approach. Address yourself to the strikingly and let's be ready for birth.
My daughter, when my old wife lived upon this day, she was both butler and cook, both dame and servant, welcomed all, served all, would sing her song and dance her tune, first at the upper end of the table, then in the middle, on his shoulder and his. Pray you bid these unknown friends to welcome. Present yourself that which you are, mistress o' the feast. Come on, bid us welcome to your sheep shearing as your good flock shall prosper.
Sir, well, you're welcome. Grace and remembrance be to you both, and welcome to our
Shepherdess, a fair one are you. Well, you fit our ages with flowers of winter. I should leave grazing where I am your flock and live only I gaze you.
Out at last, you'd be so mean that perhaps the January would love you. Now, there's I would have had some flowers in the spring that might become your time. Oh, these I left to make you garlands of, my sweet friend. Or,
What, of course?
no, like a babe for love to lie and play on. Not like a horse, or even not to be married. Methinks I play as I have seen him do in Princeton pastorals. Sure, this robe of mine doesn't change my disposition.
When you speak, sweet, I'd have you do it ever. Each you're doing so singular, and each particular crowns what you're doing in the present deeds. Then all your acts of queens.
Doricles, your praises are too large. That your youth, the true love, do plainly become of kinship. With wisdom I might fear my story. You would be the false way.
I think you have as little skill to fear as I purpose to put you to it. But come, our dance, I pray. Your hand, my Virginia?
This is the prettiest low-born lass that ever ran on the greensward. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself, too noble for this place.
He knows of something that makes her blood look out. She is the queen of curds and cream. Come on, strike her!
reading, and I have it upon my own report, and I believe it. He says he loves my daughter, and I think so too. For never did the moon gaze upon the water like he'll stand and read as 'twere my daughter's eyes.
She dances featly.
So she does anything. Though I reported that should remain silent. If young Doricles do light upon her, she shall bring him that which he not dream of.
Oh, master! If you did but hear the peddler at the door, you would never again dance after a tabor and a pipe. No, the bagpipe could not move you. He sings several tunes faster than you'll tell money. He utters them as if he had eaten ballads, and all men's ears grew to his tune.
He could never come better. Come on, bring him in. I do love a ballad even too well, if it be doleful matter, merrily set down. Or a pleasant thing indeed, sung lamentably.
This is a brave fellow.
Believe you me, you speak of an admirable, conceited fellow. Come on, bring him in. Have him approach singing.
Forewarn him that he used no scurrilous words in his tune.
Yeah, no cursing.
Lawn as white as driven snow, cypress black as ever grow, gloves as sweet as damask roses, maps for faces and for noses, bugle bracelets, necklace, amber, perfume for a lady's chamber, golden quads and stomachers for my lads to give their tears. Kids and talking sticks of steel, what make black from head to feet. Come buy of me, come buy, buy lads or else ladies.
We shall have that sung out anon by ourselves. My father and the gentleman are in sad talks. We'll not trouble them. Go bring thy pack away after me. Wenches will buy through you all. Everyone will have that first choice. Girls, follow me. And you shall pay well for them.
Is it not too far gone? 'Tis time to stop. He is simple and tells much. How now, fair shepherd? Something in your heart does keep your mind from feasting. Sooth, when I was young and handed love as you do, I was wont to load my she with knacks. I would have raided the peddler's silken treasury and have it forward to her accepted. You have let him go and nothing parted with him. If your last interpretation should abuse and call this your lack of love or bounty,
Hold, sir. I know she prizes not such trifles as these are. The gifts she looks for me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I have given already, but not delivered. Oh, hear me breathe my life before this ancient sir, who, it would seem, hath sometime loved. I take my hand, and his hand the softest melts down and white heaven.
what follows this? Let me hear what you profess.
Do and be witness to it.
And this, my neighbor too?
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens, and all, that I were crowned most imperial honor, their utmost worthy. Were I the fairest youth that ever made I swerve, as force and knowledge more than was ever man's, I would not rise out for love. For her employ them all, commend them and condemn them to her service, or to their own perdition.
Fairly offered.
This shows a sound affection.
But daughter, say you the like to him?
I cannot speak so well, nothing so well, no nor me better. By the pattern of my own dog, I cut out security as his.
A bargain! Take hands and friends unknown, you bear witness. I give my daughter to him and she'll make her portion equal his.
Well, that must be in the virtue of your daughter. One being dead, I shall have more than you can dream of yet. Enough then for your wonder. But come on, contract us for these witnesses.
Your hand and daughter, yours.
Stop! Swain a while, beseech you.
I have, but what of him?
Knows he of this?
He neither does nor shall.
Oh, methinks a father is at the nuptial of his son, a guest that best becomes the table. Pray you once more. Is not your father grown incapable of reasonable affairs? Is he not stupid with age and altering room? Canst he speak? Here, no man from man dispute his own estate. Lies he not bedridden? And again does nothing but what he did, being childish?
No, good sir, he has his health and ampler strength indeed than most have of his age.
Oh, by my white beard, you offer him, if this be so, wrong. Something unfilial. Reason, my son, should choose himself a wife, but as good reason the father, all whose joy is nothing offered but fair posterity, should hold some counsel in such a business.
I yield all this, but for some other reasons, my grave sir, which 'tis not fit you know, I not acquaint my father of his business.
Let him know it.
He shall not.
Prithee, let him.
No, he must not.
Let him, son. He shall not need to grieve of knowing of thy choice.
Come, he must not. Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce. Young sir, whose son I dare not call. Thou art too base to be acknowledged, thou, a scepter's heir that thus affects a sheep hook. Thou, old traitor, I am sorry that by hanging thee, I can but shorten thy life 1 week. And you, fresh piece of excellent witchcraft, whom of force must know the royal fool thou copest with.
Oh, my heart!
I'll have thy beauty scratched with briars and made more humble than thy state. For thee, fond boy, if ever I know thou darest but sigh that thou no more shalt see this nap, as never I mean thou shalt, will bar thee from succession. Not hold thee of our blood, no, not our kin, farer than Deucalion off. Mark thou my words, follow us to court. Thou, churl, for this time, though full of our displeasure, yet we free thee from the dead blow of it. And you, in gentle, worthy enough the herdsman, yea, him too that make himself, but for our honor therein unworthy thee, if ever henceforth thou these world latches to his entrance open, or hoop his body more with thy embraces, I will devise a death as cruel for thee as thou art tender to it!
Even here, I'm done. I was not persevered. For once or twice, I was about to speak and tell him plainly that the self-same sun that shines upon his court hath not his visage from our cottage, but saw him alive. Will it please you, sir, be gone? I told you what will come of this. Since you of your own state take care. This dream of mine. We know a wink, I'll queen it no inch farther, but will not you speak.
Why, how now, father? Speak, there thou diest.
Well, I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare to know that which I know. Oh, sir, you have undone a man of 83 that thought to fill his grave in quiet, yea, to die in the bed my father died, to lie close to his honest bones. But now, some hangman must put on my shroud and put me where no priest shovels in the dust. Oh, cursed wretch! Thou that knewest this was the prince and wouldst adventure to mingle fate with him, undone! Undone! If I might die within this hour, I have lived to die when I desire.
so upon me. I am but sorry, not afeard. Delayed, but nothing altered. What I was, I am. More straining on for plucking back, not following my leash unwillingly.
Gracious, my good lord, you know your father's temper. At this time he will allow no speech, which I do not guess you purpose to him. Nor will he adore your sight as yet, I fear. Then, until the fury of his highness settle, come not before me.
I not purpose it. I think, Camillo?
Even he, my lord.
How often have I told you 'twill be thus? How often said my dignity would last, but children were no?
It cannot fail but by the violation of my faith. And then let nature crush the sides of the earth together and mar the seeds within. Lift up thy looks. From my succession wipe me, father. I am heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am, and by my fancy. If my reason will there to be obedient, I have reason. If not, my senses better pleased with madness do bid it welcome.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it. But it doesn't fulfill my vow. I needs must think it honesty. Camillo, not for Bohemia nor the pomp that maybe there I clean, for all the sun sees or the closer wombs of profound seas hide in unknown fathoms, will I break my oath to this my fair beloved. Therefore, I pray you, as you have ever been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, as in faith I mean not to see him anymore, cast your good counsels upon his passion. Let myself and fortune hunt for the time to come. This you may know and so deliver, that I am put to sea with her who here I cannot hold on shore. And, most opportune to our need, I have a vessel rides fast by, but not prepared for this design. What course I mean to hold, shall nothing benefit your knowledge nor concern me the reporting.
Oh, my lord, I would your spirit were easier for advice, or stronger for your need.
Hark, Perdita, I'll hear you by and by.
He's irremovable, resolved for flight. Now were I happy at his going, I could bend to serve my turn, save him from danger, do him love and honor, purchase again the sight of dear Cecilia, that unhappy king, my master, whom I so much thirst to see.
Now, Camillo, I'm so fraught with curious business that I leave out ceremony.
My lord, I think you know of my poor services and the love that I have borne your father.
Very nobly have you served. It is my father's music to speak your deeds. Not little of his care to have the recompense to his father.
Well, if you may think I love the king, and through him what is nearest him, which is your gracious self, embrace but my direction. If your more ponderous and careful scheme may suffer alteration. On my honor, I'll point you where you shall have for such receiving as shall befit your highness. Where you may enjoy your mistress, from the whom I see there's no disjunction to be made, but by, as heavens forfend, your ruin. Marry her, and to my best efforts in your absence, your discontenting father strive to qualify and bring him up to life.
How? Camillo, may this almost a miracle be done, that I may call thee something more than man, and after that trust to thee?
Have you thought on a place whereto you'll go?
Not any yet, but as the unthought on accident is guilty to what we wildly do, so we profess ourselves to be the slaves of chance, and flies of every wind that blows.
Then list to me. This follows. If you will not change your course, but undergo this flight, make for Sicilia. There present yourself for Leontes, and your fair princess, for so I see she must be. She will be habited, which becomes the partner of your bed. Methinks I see Leontes opening wide his free arms and weeping his welcomes forth. Asks thee, the son, forgiveness, as were in the father's person, kisses the hands of your fresh princess, or divides himself betwixt his unkindness and his kindness. The one he bids to hell, the other bids grow faster than thought or time.
Worthy Camillo, what color for my visitation shall I hold up before him?
Sent by the king, your father, to greet him and bring him comforts. Sir, the manner of your bearing towards him, with which you shall from your father deliver things known betwixt us three. I'll point you forth with writings at every sitting what you must say, so that he will not perceive but that you have your father's bosom there and speak his very heart.
I am bound to you. There is some sap in this.
Of course, more promising than a wild dedication of yourselves to unpaved waters, undreamed shores. Most certain to miseries enough, no home to help you. But as you take off one to take the other, no other but your anchors, which do by their best offices what they can to stay you where you loathe to be. Besides, I think you know prosperity's the very bond of love, whose fresh complexion and whose heart together affliction alters.
One of these is true. I think affliction may subdue the cheek, but not take the mind.
Beheading, say you so? There shall not be at your father's house these next 7 years be born another such.
Worthy fellow, she is as forward of her reading as she is in the rear of her.
I cannot say 'tis pity she lacks instruction, for she seems a mistress to most that teach.
Your pardon, sir. For this I'll blush you thanks.
Pleasure, Miss Marita. But, oh, the thorns we stand upon. Camillo, preserver of my father, now of age. The medicine of our house, how shall we do? We are not furnished like Opelia's son, nor shall appear in Sicilia.
My lord, fear none of this. I think you know my fortunes do all lie there. It'll be so my pleasure to have you royally appointed as if the scene you play were mine. For instance, sir, that you shall not want one word.
Why, what a fool honesty is, and trust is, sworn brother, a very simple gentleman. I have sold all my trumpery. Not a counterfeit stone, a ribbon glass pomander brooch, table book ballad, not tape glove shoe tie or horn ring to keep my pactum fasting. Why, they groan who should buy first, as if my trinkets were hallowed and brought a benediction to the buyer. And by this means, I saw whose purse was best in the picture, and what I saw to my own good use, I remembered. My clown, who wants but something to be a reasonable man, grew so in love with the wretched song that he could not stir his left toes until he had both tune and words. This drew the rest of the herd so to me that all their other senses stopped with ears. Senseless. No hearing, no feeling, but the lady's song and adoring the nothingness of it, so that in this time of lethargy, I kicked and cut most of the festival purses. And if the old man had not come in with a hubbub about his daughter and the king's son and scared all my short chaff, I had not left a person alive in the whole lot.
Nay, but my letters by this means being there so soon as you arrive shall clear that doubt.
And those that will procure from beyond
Shall satisfy your father.
Happy be you. All that you speak shows favor.
Look here. We'll make an instrument of this, omit nothing may give us aid.
If they've overheard me now, I hang him.
How now, good fellow? What shakes thou so? Fear not, man, here's no harm meant to thee.
I am a poor fellow, sir.
Hey, here's none will rob that from thee. Yet, for the exchange of thy poverty, we must make some exchange. Therefore, discase thee instantly. Thou must think there's some necessity in it. And change garments with this gentleman here, though the pennyworth on his side be the worse. Yet, hold thee. Here is some.
I am a poor fellow, sir.
Nay, prithee, dispatch. The gentleman is half flayed already.
Are you in earnest, sir? I feel the trick on it.
Dispatch, I prithee.
Though I have had earnest, I, in all good conscience, cannot take it.
Unbuckle, unbuckle. Fair princess, let my prophecy come home to you. You must retire yourself into some covert. Take your sweetheart's hat and pluck it o'er your brows. Dismantle you, discase, and as you can, disliken the truth of your own seeming, so that you may, for I do fear, eyes over, to shipboard get undescribed.
I see the place so last. I must bear part.
No remedy. Have you done there?
Should I now meet my father, he would not call me son.
Hey, you shall have no hat. Come, lady, come. Farewell, my friend.
Adieu.
Oh, Perdita, what if we fain forgot? Pray you a word?
What I do next shall be to tell the king of their escape, and whither they are bound, wherein my hope is I shall so succeed in forcing him after, in whose company I shall review Cecilia, for whose sight I have a woman's longing.
Fortune speed us. Thus we set on Camillo to the seaside.
The swifter speed, the better.
I understand business. I hear it. To have an open ear, quick eye, and a nimble hand is necessary for a tough person. A good nose is requisite also to smell out and work the senses. I now see that this is the time that the unjust man doth cry. What an exchange this has been without root. What a root is given this exchange. Why, the prince himself is about a piece of iniquity, stealing away from his father with his clog at his heels. If I thought it a piece of honesty to acquaint the king withal, I would not do it. I consider it more knavery to conceal it, and that way I am constant to my profession. It's more matter for a hot brain. Every lane's end, every church, every shop, every meeting, hanging.
See what a man you are now. There is no way else but to tell the king she's a changeling and none of your flesh and blood.
Nay, but hear me.
Nay, but hear me.
Well, go to then.
Say she be none of your flesh and blood. Your flesh and blood has not offended the king, and so your flesh and blood is not to be punished by him. Show him those things you found about her, those sacred things, all that she has with her. This being done, let the law go whistle, I warrant you.
I will tell the king all, yea, every word, and his son's pranks too, whom I may say is no honest gentleman, neither to his father nor me go about make me the king's brother-in-law.
Indeed! Brother-in-law's the farthest you would have been to him, and your blood is as much dearer to you, I know, by the ounce.
I know not what impediment this may be to my master's flight.
Pray hardly he be at the palace.
I am not naturally honest. I am sometimes so by chance. Let me pocket up my member's instrument and spelling, your names, your ages, upon having, breeding, anything that is worthy to know.
Well, we are but simple men, sir.
A lie. You are rough and hairy. Let me have no lying, for that becomes none but tradesmen, and they often give us soldiers the lie that we pay them instead with coin, instead of stabbage steel, and therefore they give us not the lie.
Your worship had the like to have given us one, had you not taken up with this manner.
Are you a courtier? Ain't it like you, sir?
And it like me, no, sir. I am a courtier. Seest thou not the air of the court in these enfoldings? Hath not my gait in it the measure of the court? Receivest not thy nose thought odor from me? Reflect I not on thy baseness called contempt? Thinkest thou, for that I insinuate and tease out thy business, that therefore I am no courtier? I am a courtier, copper-key, and one that will either push forward or pluck back thy business there, whereupon I command that you open your affair.
My business, sir, is with the king.
What advocate have you to him?
I know not. Ain't it like you? Advocate is the court word for pheasant. So you have none.
I have none. I have no pheasant, cock, nor hen.
How blessed are we that are not simple men. Yes, nature might have made me as they are, therefore I will not disdain.
This can be none but a great courtier.
His garments are rich, but he wears them not handsomely.
He seems to be the more noble being fantastical. A great man, I warrant. I can tell by the pickings on his teeth.
That fable there. What's in the fable? Wherefore the box?
There are such secrets in that portal and box which none must know but the king, and which he will know within this hour if I may come to the speech of him.
Age, their labor is lost.
Why, sir?
The king is not in the palace. He has gone aboard a new ship to purge melancholy, to air himself. For if thou beest capable of things serious, thou must know the king is full of griefs.
Well, so it is said, sir, about his son who should have married a shepherd's daughter.
That shepherd be not in handcuffs. Let him fly. Curses he will have. The tortures he will feel will break the back of man, the heart of monster.
Think you so, sir?
He alone will suffer what wit can make heavy and vengeance terrible. But all those germane to him, whether removed 20 times, shall come under the hangman, which, though a pity yet, is necessary. An old, sheep-whistling rogue, a ram tender, offers to have his daughter come into place. Some say he shall be stoned. That death, I say, soft for him. Fall are thrown into a sheep's coat. All deaths are too few, the harshest too easy.
Did you ever hear the old man ever had a son, sir? Did you hear any like you, sir?
that it shall be flayed alive, and then anointed over with honey, set on the head of a wasp nest, there stand until he be 3/4 and a dram dead. And then revived again with aquavitae or some other hot infusion, then as raw as he is, and in the hottest day prognostication proclaims, shall he be set against a brick wall, the sun shining down with a southward eye upon him, wherein will behold him with flies blown to death. But what talk we of these traitorous rascals, whose suffering is a thing to be smiled at, their offenses being so capital? Tell me, for you seem to be honest, plain gentlemen, what have you to the king? This being something gently considered, I will bring you where he is aboard, tender your persons to his presence, whisper him on your behalf, and if this be in man other than the king to affect your suits, this is the man that shall do it.
He seems to be of great authority. Come with him, give him gold. Though authority be a stubborn bear, yet he is outfed by the nose with gold. Show the inside of your purse to the outside of his hand, and no more ado. Remember the words, stone and flay alive.
And it pleases, sir, to undertake the business for us. Here's that gold I have for you. I'll make it as much more, and leave that man in pawn till I bring it you.
Till after I have done what I promised?
Aye, sir.
Well, give me the moiety. Are you part of this business?
In some small part, sir. Though my pace be pitiful, I hope I shall not be flayed out of it.
Flayed! That is the case of the shepherd and the shepherd's son. Hang him and he'll be made an example.
Comfort, good comfort. We must to the king and show him our strange sights. We are gone else. Sir, I will give you as much gold as this old man does after the business be performed, and stay, as he says, your pawn, till it be brought you.
I will trust you. Walk before to the seaside. Go to the right hand. I will but look upon the hedge and then follow you.
We are blessed in this man, as I may say we are even blessed.
Let us before as he bids. He was provided to do us good.
If I had a mind to be honest, I see that fortune will not suffer me. She drops booties into my mouth. Now I am courted with a double occasion, gold and the means to do the prince my master good. Which knows how that may turn back to my ransom. I will bring the two moles, the blind ones, aboard the prince, and if he think it fit to shore them again, and that the complaint they have to the king concerns him nothing, let him call me rogue for being too far officious. It's that time, and any shame that comes along with it. To them, to the prince, will I present them. There may be matter in it. Sir, you have done enough and have performed
people, with them forgive yourself.
Must I remember her and her virtues? I cannot forget my blemish, which aileth it and aileth it has left my kingdom.
For has not the divine Apollo said, that King Leontes shall have no heir till his lost child is found? Which that it shall is all as monstrous to our human reason as my Antigonus to come again and break his grave.
Good Paulina, who has the memory of Hermione, I know in honor that ever squared me to thy counsel. Even now I should look on my queen's full eyes and take treasure from her lips. Still, I have no wife, Paulina.
Will you swear never to marry but by my free leave?
Never, Paulina, so be blessed my spirit.
Then, do my lords bear witness to his oath that if my lord will marry, if you will, no remedy but you will, give me office to choose with me. She shall not be as young as was your former, but she shall be such that, walked your first queen's ghost, that you take joy to see her in your arms.
Aye, true, Paulina. We shall not marry till thou biddest us.
That shall be when your first queen's in breath. Never till then.
The one that gives out himself, Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, with his princess, she, the fairest I have yet beheld, desires access to your high presence.
With him, he comes not like to his father's greatness, and his approach is so out of circumstance and sudden, tells us 'tis not a visitation framed, but forced by need and accident. Strange that he should steal upon us. Your mother was most true in wedlock, Prince, for she did print your royal father off conceiving you. Were I but 21, mother's image is so hit in you, is there in the air, that I should call you brother as I did him, and speak something wildly by us performed before. Most gracious brother, and your fair princess. Goddess, alas, I lost a couple, betwixt heaven and earth, like thus have stood beginning wonder, too gracious couple to. Then I lost all mine own folly, society and amity too of your brave father, who though bearing misery, I do desire to look on him again.
By his command have I here touched Cecilia, and from him bring you all greetings that a king at friend can send his brother. And but infirmity which we have become more times hath something seized his wisability.
Welcome hither, as the spring is to the earth. And hath he to expose this paragon to the fearful usage, at least ungentle of the dreadful Neptune, to greet a man worthy of her pains, to bless the adventure of a person.
Good my lord, she came from Libya.
Where the warlike Smollus, that noble and honorable lord, is feared and loved.
Most royal sir from thence, from him, whose daughter, his tears proclaim his parting with her. Thence, a prosperous south wind friendly, we have crossed to execute the charge my father gave me for visiting your highness.
The blessed gods, purge all infection from our air, as you do climate amongst us. You have a holy father, graceful death.
Most noble sir, that which I shall report will bear no credit were not the proof so nigh. Please your great sir, Bohemia sends you greetings from me. Desires you to attach his son for his splendor. His dignity and his duty both cast off. His splendor from his hopes and with the shepherd's daughter.
Where's Bohemia? Speak.
Here, in your city. I now came from you. I speak of hasten, it becomes my marvel and my message to report. Whilst he was hasting to chase the scenes of this fair couple, meets he on the way the father of this seeming lady and her brother, having both their country quitted with this young prince.
Camillo has betrayed me, whose honor and honesty till now endured all weathers.
Lay it so to his charge. He's with the king, your father.
Who, Camillo?
Camillus, I spake with him, who now has these four men in question. Never have I saw a wretched soul with queen. They kneel, they kiss the earth, forswear themselves as often as they speak. Bohemia stops his ears and threatens them with divers deaths in death.
Oh, my poor father! The heavens sent spies upon us will not have our contract celebrated.
You are married? We are not, sir, nor we like to be. The stars, I see, will kiss the valleys first, the odds for high and lows alike.
My lord, is this the daughter of a king?
She is. When once she is my wife? Dear, look up. The fortune, visible an enemy, should chase us with my father. Power no job hath she to change our loves. Beseech you, sir. Remember, since you owe no more to time than I do now. With thought of such affection, step forth mine advocate. At your request, my father will grant precious things to trifles.
I will to your father. Your honor not overwhelmed by your desires. For to them and you, on which errand I go now forward. Therefore follow me and mark what way I make. Come, my good lord.
Beseech you, sir. Were you present at this relation?
I was by at the opening of the farm. Heard the old shepherd deliver the manner how he found it, whereupon, after a little evasiveness, only this he thought I heard the shepherd say. He found the child.
I would most gladly know the issue of it.
I make a broken delivery of this. The changes I perceived in the king and Camilla were very into the appellation. They looked as though they had heard of the world ransomed or one destroyed. A notable passionate wonder appeared in their minds. The wisest people, knowing no more but seeing, could not say if it was joy or sorrow. In the extremity of the one, it must needs be. Here comes a gentleman that happily knows more. The news, Rogero.
The oracle is fulfilled. The king's daughter is found. Such a deal of wonder is broken out within this hour that ballad beggars cannot be able to express it. Here comes the lady calling us lady. She is living. How goes it now? This news is so like an old tale that the better give me strong suspicion. Has the king found his heir?
The mantle of Queen Hermione, her jewel about the necklace, the letters of Anne Cases found with it, which they know to be his character. The majesty of the creature, the resemblance of the mother, and many other evidences prove her with certainty. Father, you see meaning of two kings.
No.
Well then, have you lost sight of what you see? You're not
had a great matter in hand, for she has quite twice a day ever since my visit to them. Shall we thither, and with our present company, please keep her seat?
Now had I not the dash of my former life in me, with preferments drop on my head, I took your man and his son before the prince and told him I heard them talk of a foul land. Oh.
You are well met, sir. You denied to fight with me this other day because I was no gentleman born. See you these clothes? Say you see them not, and still say I am no gentleman born. Try whether I am not now a gentleman born.
I now see, sir, that you are a gentleman.
And I have been any time these 4 hours.
Said so have I, boy.
Indeed, but I was gentleman born before my father. Well, the king's son took me by the hand and called me brother, and then the 2 kings called my father brother, and then the prince, my brother, and the princess, my sister, called my father father, and then we wept. And it was the first gentleman-like tears we ever did shed.
I humbly beg you, sir, to forgive me any faults I have committed to your worship, and to give me your good report to the prince, my master.
Really do, son. We are gentlemen now and must be gentle.
Wilt thou lament thy life?
And it please your worship.
Give me thy hand, I will swear to the prince that thou art as honest and true a fellow as any is in Bohemia.
I will do so. To my power.
The kings and princes, our kin, are off to see the queen's picture. Come with us. We will be thy good masters.
Brave and good Polly. Good comfort I had.
What sovereign, sir, I did not well, I meant well. All my services you have paid home. But that you have vouchsafed with your crowded brother, and these you'll vouchsafe heirs of your kingdoms my poor house to visit. It is a surplus of grace, which never my life may last ended, sir.
We honor you with trouble. We come to see the statue of our queen.
But here it is. Prepare to see the life as lively mocked as ever still sleep mocked death. Behold and say, 'tis well. I like your silence, and the more shows off your wonder. But yet speak, you first, my liege. Comes it not something near?
Her natural posture. I think you still that I might indeed say thou art a mine. Yet, Paulina, Hermione was not so wrinkled as this, not so aged as this seems.
So much more our carver's excellence. Then let's go by some 16 years and mix it as she lived now.
Thus she stood with such a life of majesty when I first wooed her. I'm ashamed. Let the stone rebuke me for being more stone than it. Oh, royal peace, there's a magic in thy majesty.
Ladies, dear queen, it ended without the beginning. Give me that hand of yours to kiss.
Oh! Patience. The statues, but it's the color's not dry.
My lord, your sorrows were too sore laid on. 16 winters cannot blow away, so many summers dry.
Do not.
No more shall you gaze upon it, lest you may think it on it moves.
See, my lord, do you not deem that it grieves that these veins do verily bear blood?
Masterly done. Very life seems warm upon her lip.
The picture of her eye has movement in it.
Well, let me draw the curtain. My lord is so far transposed, he may think it on it lives.
Still, thinks there is an air coming from her. Fine chisel can yet cut breath. Let no man mock me, or I shall kiss her.
Therefore bear. Quit presently the chapel, or resolve for more amazement. If you can behold it, I'll make the statue move indeed, descend and take you by the hand. But then you'll think, which I protest, that I am assisted by wicked powers.
What you can do to make her move, I am content to look at. What to speak, I am content to hear. It is as easy to make her speak as move.
'Tis time. Descend! Bestow no more! Approach and strike all that look upon with marvel! Start not! Do not shun her unless you see her die again, in which case you see. Make her die double. But yes, my lord, take her by the hand. When she was young, you wooed her. Now in age, she become a suitor.
She is warm. If this be magic, let it be an art as lawful as eating. If she pertain to life, let her speak too.
Tis you to interpose, fair madam. Kneel and pray your mother's blessing. Turn, good lady. How Petita is found.
Oh, you gods, look down, and from your sacred vials pour your graces upon my daughter's head. Oh, but tell me, mine own, where hast thou been preserved? Where lived? How found thy father's court? For thou shalt hear that I, knowing thy Paulina, to the oracle gave hope thou wasn't being, then preserved myself to see the issue.
There's time enough for that. Go forward. You precious widows all, your exaltation, partake to everyone.
This, your son-in-law, and son unto the king, the heavens directed his troth plight to your daughter, Paulina. Lead us from hence, where we might leisurely each one demand an answer for his part. Hastily lead away. Got it.